What's up, champs? You're fucking with us. You're about to be fucking with us. Go to my website, www.moshekasher.com, to see all of my upcoming book tour dates. I'm probably coming to a city near you. I will be in Chicago, Detroit, Oklahoma City, Bloomington, Indiana, Vancouver, Austin, Seattle, Portland, Edmonton. Just come fuck with me. MosheKasher.com, at Moshe Kasher.
And you can go to nealbrennan.com. Look at what the fuck I'm doing. I know I'm going to be in New Brunswick, New Jersey, Charlotte, North Carolina, Baltimore, Maryland, a bunch of places. So come fuck with me and check my Twitter, Neal Brennan.
Hey, this is Douggpound. Just check Douggpound. Twitter.com/Douggpound.
Now you're fucking with the champs.
What a scratch.
As I walk through the valley where I harvest my grain, I take a look at my wife and realize she's very plain.
Oh,
but
this is a different mix.
perfect for her.
You know why I thought you were playing this, Doug? Is because I thought you thought that Faizon was LV. Yeah, which you probably get. The fat black guy from that song.
But see, you're in tune with that kind of shit. You know LV. A lot of people don't know LV.
I don't know who LV is.
LV is the guy who sang the hook.
Big black guy.
Oh, really? That sounds like Garth Brooks. That sounds like GB.
Do you know what group he came from?
LV?
Yeah.
Nah.
Do you know who?
South Central Cartel.
Oh, I put
you don't
my
say
four. Is that who that is? I tip my
Before you say
40
anything, prepare to shut the fuck
through
up.
their memory.
No, this is
Take a sip and die. Stop to think and die. Do you remember that song?
Is that Buck Rogers' song?
Yeah, you sing about 40s.
Hey, you're listening. I don't know if you know who and what you're fucking with, but right now you're fucking with the champs. My name is Neal Brennan.
My name is Moshe Kasher.
Douggpound.
My name's Go Fuck Your Mama.
Doug.
Okay.
What you say about my mama?
And a guest, black guest. We have a different black guest every week. Sometimes we'll go Asian.
What the
Sometimes
fuck?
we'll go baseball legend Jose Canseco. Be cool. We're back to the black people.
Back to black.
So here he is from, we're going to say Couples Retreat.
Wow.
We're going to say the Robert Townsend Parenthood Show. And we're probably best known as Big Worm from Friday, ladies and
Big
gentlemen.
Worm.
Wow.
Mr. Faizon Love.
Wow.
Yes.
Faizon Love.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Now, I know Faizon. I know you. I used to just see you. No, I know, but I used to just see you in 92, 93 at the Comedy Store when you shared a car
with Chris Tucker's bitch ass.
That is correct. And tell us about that, would you?
Well, Chris, he came out here with his girlfriend, Kim. A microphone is talking to the mic, black guy. That's how that works. That's what that thing is. That's what that thing is for. So his girl broke up with him. She was fucking some dude at the phone company or something. So we were stranded because we were using her car.
The White Rabbit?
No. She had some kind of Festiva. I don't know what it was.
That's funny. It's two movie stars are still borrowing their girls' cars.
But back then they wasn't shit.
This is before anybody.
This is 92.
This was last week.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's fucked up. Wait, man, Chris really did have problems with the IRS.
A guy who just passed, John Atterbury. He's John Atterbury, who just got, unfortunately shot and off Vine.
This is in 92?
No, this is a couple months ago. John, remember the guy that was sitting in his car, got shot by this guy shooting it?
The guy who was on the rampage on Hollywood and Vine. You knew a guy that got shot.
The guy that died. It was a brother that died. That's the guy. John Atterbury gave Chris a car we had to pay. I think it was like $1,500, and we still owed him, $500. But we would share that car, the black Jetta.
Yeah, and because I remember seeing it.
And I had we would. I remember we went to Janet Jackson premiere
for Poetic Justice.
It was some shit like that, and at Sony, and everybody's coming up, and we come up and we get out the car. And the keys are in Chris's hand. The car's still running.
That is a hoopty.
Is it a Prius?
But that's not. It's a Rabbit Jetta. But that's not the funny part. Prince pulls up behind us and gets out with like 30 people, and Chris is like, "Prince, what's up, man? What's Prince looks at the jet and like gives us the 2 fingers. It's like, fuck you niggas.
Even Prince, he gets hood. He's like, I can't fuck with y'all.
Yes.
No.
And then,
But we were the life of the party, though. We was always the life of the party.
that is I remember you were the life of the party. That was, and you did Def Comedy Jam, the
Def
first
Comedy.
taping and all that shit.
I didn't do the first. Chris did the first one, and then
Chris Tucker has a career from that.
Yeah,
Is it safe to say?
he was going and doing. Oh, there we go. He was going and. He did the first Def Jam, and everybody came back. Oh, you should do, because they were asking motherfuckers to audition. I'm like, fuck these. Who the fuck is these Def Jam? Because I knew where they got the idea from. We used to do a room up in Harlem called the Uptown, and Russell would come in and check us out.
Oh yeah, the Uptown Comedy Club.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's all that shit. The turntables and all that shit was in a little room about this big. I mean, a little bigger than this. You know what I'm saying? And we packed every Sunday a fucking sweatbox.
I remember that place.
So I'm like, why the fuck are we auditioning for this shit? This is our same shit. So
But they ended up getting a TV show.
Well, they did it afterwards.
Uptown Comedy Hour.
So then, and that was a cool time because it did feel like it felt like there were more black opportunities. At that point, like shit was popping off. It was like
Shit
John
was really
Singleton,
yes.
and the Hughes brothers,
Yes.
and Gary Gray,
Yes.
and Fry, all that shit.
Yes.
Did you?
Robert Townsend.
Yeah. Eddie, sort of
Eddie,
still.
Eddie. No.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Eddie still was.
Eddie
still
was-
is the king. I think.
Absolutely, but I'm saying I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like,
Do you know though that 1,000 Words has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes?
yeah.
What does that mean?
It means
It
literally,
means-
it's an aggregate of all of the critics.
1,000 Words
It means
is his
no
movie.
one had not one critic had anything slightly positive to say about that
That's
movie.
crazy.
I want to see it for that
It
reason.
happens. Well, it's almost like the movie we were watching downstairs.
Yeah, we were watching.
Call him out. Don't be
you
shy.
guys, he was watching the Justin Timberlake movie.
Friends with Benefits.
Friends with Benefits.
Well, we came over. It was the equivalent of catching your son jerking off to gay porn. We came in and Neal was watching Friends
My
with
pants
Benefits.
were off. I was like, I'm sweating, heaving. Like, you guys, give me a minute. Hold on, Moshe, you weren't supposed to be here till 4.
Get early.
So it did feel like there was a lot of shit going on with.
Well, I did my first film in '92. It was Bebe's Kids. It was the first animation.
Oh yeah, did you play Robin Harris?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I was like kind of, it was a lot of stuff going because the Hudlin brothers did House Party and
Boomerang.
Well, they were doing.
Oh, they hadn't done it yet.
Yeah, they were doing Boomerang while we were doing Bebe's Kids because the Hudlin brothers did Bebe's Kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you ever work with Robin Harris?
Yeah, I started out when Robin was doing these clubs and he was on the Comedic Theater. Then he would do these clubs in South Central. I forgot the damn. But that's where you would perform at because the Comedy Store was one thing, and I was working there because I had started in La Jolla, in San Diego. So I was there with me and Paulie and Sam Kinnerson and Odekirk, Mr. O.
Yeah.
I mean, so I had that world, and then, but I never really got to perform for all black people.
Right.
So it was like, oh shit.
Oh, so you started in white rooms?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They weren't called white rooms; they were just called comedy.
No, well, that's
You started with the way.
No,
you
'cause
started in white room,
that was-
but I was still, like I to this day, I will say. I'm going to say it on record. I'm the first motherfucker that always had to have intro music. No one ever had to have intro.
Even at White Rooms, or so-called White Rooms.
At the Comedy Store in La Jolla, I was like, "You're going to play my Run DMC before we?" And it was like, "For what? We're not even set up. Set it up. I want to Run DMC before I get on the fucking stage."
And did you have the full black? Did you have the towel?
No, never did that.
But you
I don't
did.
know where that shit came.
I know for a fact you fucked the stool though, because I've seen tape.
I did. Yes,
I was the first dude to say, "How you guys doing tonight?"
And people go like, "We're not set up for that." You're like, "Set it up.
Set
I'm
it up.
gonna do crowd work."
Because there used to be a piano.
Right.
It should be only a piano.
Yeah, they still have the piano at the Comedy Store.
Right. So that was their tradition. I was like, I don't want that fucking piano. But now I want the piano.
Well,
Well, yeah. Now you've gone full circle because everybody's doing Run DMC.
Exactly.
Well, I started in San Francisco, and we would do. That's why I called it White Rooms, because you would literally do both rooms. You would do San Francisco on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and then you would go into Oakland or Richmond, and you would do black rooms on Thursdays.
That's what they call. I mean,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, I mean,
so we had to figure out how to do both things, kind of like.
Because people always ask me what's the difference between a black room and a white room.
Black room gives you energy. Like, you better be funny immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. Ain't no, they've gotten better, but back then, you get on stage, you better be motherfucking funny immediately.
Have you guys ever heard Robin Harris's album? Baby's Kids. It's my favorite comedy album. It's Baby's Kids, I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a stand-up album.
It's a stand-up album.
Oh, and then Baby's Kids is one of the.
That's one of the bits on it.
We used to have kids in Oakland that we called Baby's Kids.
That's where they got it from.
They would steal our bikes, and one time these kids came up. They were just this group of kids, and we knew about the comedy bit too. But we were like, oh, these Baby Kids, and they would come up and they would do this thing where they would go, "Hey, that's my cousin's bike," and you'd be like, "Oh, okay, I'm pretty sure it's not your cousin's bike." And then one time these kids came up to me, and my friends were like, "That's my cousin's bike. Hey, let me take that for a ride around the block and make sure it's not his." And we were like, no. And I started to ride away real quick, and the leader grabbed my shirt, but then I rode off. I rode off, and I made it away. And then when I got back, I looked at my shirt, and there was a handprint,
a black handprint
with grease.
Yeah,
it was Baby's grease.
Yeah, it said Baby's.
It was black grease.
Baby, it's a black way of calling them niggas. These Baby Kids.
Exactly.
No, it was not. It wasn't it at all. It was literally a specific.
Yeah,
that's better.
Wow.
It was literally a specific group of young ass kids on bicycles.
How did you know the leader was the leader? He was just the most vocal?
He had the best jacket.
He was the oldest. Yeah. No, it was just a group of kids.
He had a war bonnet on. I am the leader of these niggas.
He had decoration. He had fucking stars and bars.
I'm the leader.
He had a necklace made out of white boys' teeth.
See the last bike that wouldn't give up.
So you did. All right. So you got to be funny. What's your worst experience in a black room?
Jeez, I always remember this. This guy. We're at the Comedy Act Theater.
Right. This is on Crenshaw.
43rd and Crenshaw.
Yeah.
This is
It's my hood.
This is and Heckler. And,
right.
You have to destroy Heckler because Robin he had that stipulation. He would just destroy motherfuckers.
Robin Harris would fucking crush.
Yes.
Robin Harris is the only guy who basically did stock jokes.
Yes.
That I don't resent at all for doing it. You just go I don't know, I like it coming from him.
The problem with cats that really destroy hecklers and become famous for it is that hecklers start coming to their shows to be destroyed.
Well, see, this was the only show people didn't want to fuck with. They didn't want to fuck with Robin. But they would fuck with the other comedians. I don't think I can.
Robin was the house MC, right?
Right. I don't think I can fuck with him, but I can fuck with Faizon.
Right.
So this guy is, talking shit, and I just went into his ass, and the crowd is, and he's a big dope dealer. So we track that crowd too, which is cool. Sometimes they're cousins, sometimes they're not. So this guy was, oh shit, you done talked about SIBO. Oh shit, they get that. Oh shit,
he third person himself.
No, everybody else is there. When everybody else, you done talked about SIBO, and then he says something else, and I say something about his mama, and they got real quiet. He goes, my mama's dead. I was like, well, I didn't kill the bitch. The crowd was, leave Benny alone. The crowd's crazy, right? Now they're crazy, like fucking Faizon, right? But this motherfucker's waiting outside with his, his people, and he got his cowboy boots on, and he about to shoot me, right? So this other guy who I respected, and I still, Rudy comes up to me. He's, Rudy's like, there's always a hustler.
Rudy Rush or Rudy, just some dude named Rudy?
Rudy Quasey.
Rudy Huxtable.
Rudy Huxtable comes to me with Bill. You see the boy, see those outside, and he's pissed off.
That's your Rudy Huxtable impression.
Why is SIBO got to kick you? So Rudy comes to me and says, hey man, this brother's outside, and we trying to, we got to get you guys to talk because there's gonna be problems. I'm like, fuck that. But he said, no, Faizon. There's a time when you have to be like, okay, you know.
Yeah, like I'll negotiate.
Well, you got to be now you're talking for your life,
right? And you're aware of that. You're like, oh, I could die.
No, it's about to be some shit. And you got two people that's like, look, man, we got you. You know, it was TK Kirkland and the guy named what was the other brother? Derek. That's Derek is he's a Crip and he around there. He's like, well, fuck that. We ain't gonna let it go.
I know Derek.
Oh, Derek's a Crip. Sure.
Oh, D. Yeah, D.
Oh, D the Crip.
Okay, yeah.
So they like, fuck this dude. We gonna go. It's about to go down. Fuck, it's about to go down.
I wouldn't mind having TK on my side during a fight.
Well, trust me, TK's been in these all. You know, we've been more than D the Crip.
TK's crazy, and we'll have him on the show.
He's got that street. It comes from a place.
He stole a watch from Eddie's house.
Oh, it's
the whole literally because he's
so you got two crazy dudes with you.
TK's crazy to the point where he befriended either Charlie Murphy or Eddie Murphy to steal a watch from Eddie symbolically. One watch.
Oh, because he wanted to steal a watch.
Just symbolically, he wanted one of that motherfucker's watches.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie apparently ended up beating him up at the Beverly Connection.
Yeah, you fucking know. Yeah, exactly. Charlie, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You knew about that?
Yeah.
All right, because I've heard. It's a long story, but Arsenio said.
I tell you the club. The club was called the Trump.
Where he fucked him up?
Yeah.
All right, you got to tell me the story after that. All right,
so we got TK, D the Crip, you, Rudy. Some shit's about to go down. Sibo's in his cowboy boots outside sharpening his spurs or something.
Right.
Wait, was the guy in the cowboy boots a black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how fucking off he was.
Yeah, well, see,
cowboy boots
back then were.
Does that mean he's moist?
Well, you see these cowboy boots.
Don't talk about Sibo like that, man. He'll fuck you up still to this day.
Back then, cowboy boots. The gangsters wore cowboy boots because it was cowboys, and the boots cost like $2,000. That's a lot of money.
All right, so you have to make a decision. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah, so I'm telling. So Rudy clears the room out. Rudy comes in. Faizon, the boy wants to talk. Why do I sound like Bill and I'm Rudy?
When is it professional to publicly bash someone who's going through a hard time?
The guy comes in, he's mad as motherfucker. He's like, man, and he's like, what the fuck was that shit about? I'm like, man, what the fuck was that shit? I'm at my job.
Yeah, it's like you tested me, man.
Yeah, I'm at my job. And he's like, yeah, but you talked about my mom. I didn't know your mother was like this. We had a comedy club, man. You got to lighten up. And my thing is like to stand your ground, but don't push this nigga so hard. He about to really shoot you.
What is this, Florida?
No, this is
stand your ground.
Damn.
Yeah, Jesus, Doug. give it a week or two, Doug. Jesus.
All right. So he got that like, okay, I wasn't backing down, but he did respect where I was coming from, and ever since then, back then they used to always come to the club and laugh. And anybody else say something, he would get on it, but we squashed it right there.
And if anybody else heckled, the guy would stop
because this guy back then, I think he's in jail right now. He was like
for some shit he didn't do, correct?
Yeah, right, exactly. He was the, one of the
stole a watch.
No.
What do you know about this TK stealing a watch from Eddie?
TK and Charlie was hanging out.
Right.
Charlie takes him to the house.
Right.
Some way TK makes his way to Eddie's room.
This is like a mansion.
Hey, wait a second. They live together?
Hey, man.
No, Charlie would stay with Eddie.
Okay.
Hey, man, where's the bathroom? And I don't know. And TK gets the watch. It starts wearing it.
At Eddie's house or like weeks later?
Like a day later.
Yeah.
At the Comedy Store. We were like, hey, that.
Wait, does that say Eddie Murphy and diamonds on the wristband?
Yeah, no, it was like a really expensive watch.
Yeah.
It's like a fossil.
$20,000 watch like that. So it's like,
yeah, it was like a fossil.
It had to be a fossil.
Yeah.
So he gets a watch, and then I guess TK goes to this club Trump, and he's like, party up, party. Hey, is that Charlie looking angry? And Charlie goes in there, and whoops his ass.
Yeah. As I heard the story, Charlie was stomping him, saying, "Shit a watch, motherfucker."
Shit a watch.
Shit a watch.
Charlie was gonna stomp this motherfucking Greg. Was it Stingley, the football player?
Daryl Stingley.
Daryl
Yeah,
Stingley.
he was gonna. Yeah, that's on the Chappelle Show DVD extras. He tells that story. He was gonna squash a guy in a wheelchair.
All those stories he told you guys, he would tell us all the time.
All right, so you're out here. It's 92, 93. When you came from San Diego, right?
Actually, when I came here, I was coming from New York.
But you know what's odd about? He's like, talk about Black Don't Crack. Like, you were in the mid '80s at the comic strip in New York.
Yes.
Like before Sandler, right?
Sandler was online with us picking numbers with Lucian
at the open mics.
Yeah, and on every Friday, because you had to pick fucking numbers, and Sandler was online with his little guitar and shit, and it's like, what the fuck is he doing? He has no clue.
So how did you get Friday?
Just out here auditioning. That's when I was auditioning back then. I would hate the audition, but what I would do is go in as the character.
Oh, would you really?
Yeah, because
that's embarrassing, right?
Well, not really for me, because to go in there and talk to these fuckwads and be all, and do this fucking bullshit. I'm like, are you serious?
Like small talk, and then like, are we ready? Are we rolling?
Yeah, exactly. How you doing? Bitch, get to the. So I would go in as the character. So when I went in as Big Worm, just smoked a joint, and I was like, talking big shit, and then you just roll into the shit.
Right.
So he's like, what's up? I was like, man, don't ask me about no bullshit about that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? What's up with the motherfucker? What the fuck, bitch? Too easy. So I just went in as a character, and then I came out. And that's when we had the pages. I got the pages like, oh, you got the role.
Would you see? Thank you very much. Would you be like, bitch, don't talk to me. Thank you very much for having me in. Good night. And you walk out.
And I'll see.
I walk out in character.
And were other guys in the lobby?
Freeze Love was supposed to do it, and a couple other people, and they just were all chatter. A lot of actors, they want to be friends with the other actors. They want to know what's on their mind, but I go in there with, I'm like, I'm this character.
Would other actors give you looks like, look at this motherfucker? Like, motherfucker, can't you act? Can't you turn it on and off like us?
Yeah, but see, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
That's a great fucking system.
Yeah.
That's what got
because it gets you out of having to talk to these corny motherfuckers anyway.
Exactly.
And you don't have to talk. You don't have to talk to the other actors. You don't have to talk to.
Yeah, because they think they're like, well, he's gone too far. I'm like, bitch, do you want the job or do you want to be sitting there and talking to these fuck faces?
Right, and it also gives them like a story. Like Faizon came in,
right,
and he was dressed as. We knew we had our big worm.
Right,
he was our big worm.
You know what's so funny? Because I was in the car. In
the Jetta?
Yeah. So
was Chris in it?
Chris? No, Chris didn't want to go to the. He was like,
hadn't he done Money Talks, or he hadn't done Money Talks?
Oh hell no! At this time, Chris was an extra in Panthers.
God, that's hilarious. The movie Panther.
Yes.
The who directed Mario Van Peebles.
Yes. And Chris was like.
When you say extra, he had a line, or
no, he was an extra. I just saw Mario Van Peebles last week, and we were talking. He had to put shades on Chris because he was in the middle. He made his way to a scene, and he was making it obvious, like, dude, you fucking up the take. It's like when somebody, hey, what? He's overzealous extra. It's like, so he had to put shades on him because his eyes were so big. Like, motherfucker, calm down.
Tucker didn't want to go in for Friday,
so I get the page, call my agent, like, you got the role. I was like, oh shit, let's go. Tucker was like, man, they want me to go on audition, man, because he was like, bring the car. I was like, they want me to go out, fuck, man. And he was like, he didn't want to do an Ice Cube movie. Actually, he didn't want to audition no more because D.L. Hughley was getting all these roles. He'd go for it was a shitty biker TV show, Best Bike Messenger or some bullshit. Right. And then D.L. Hughley got that. And Dave Chappelle was getting a lot of shit back then. He was getting TV shows.
Eddie Griffin too, probably.
Exactly. So
just without going in.
Yeah, they were setting up TV shows for David like back to back. And back then, niggas didn't even know who he was really. Yeah. So they was like, Chris, how the fuck this nigga get on Love? So Chris like, man, fuck these motherfuckers. So I was like, no, go in. What the fuck? I mean, what the fuck? I was like, you're gonna be good at smoking because I'm gonna be Big Worm and we can do this shit.
Right.
We would always go over the shit. Like if you had an audition, I had an audition. We'd always go over it at the place.
Right.
So I said, let's go over it. Nah, man, I'm just going there. Fuck it. I'm gonna go in. I'm fucking man. Fuck it. I'm going there. So he goes in there, tanks.
That was Cube in the room.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Tanks.
And
I'm fucking in, and you're fucking out.
Cube was like, today was not a good day.
Right.
As he walked out.
I don't think we want him.
I'm gonna have to use my AK
He does
today.
he does like the only Ice Cube I've ever heard, and
Let me
it's
hear
the
it.
fucking.
Let's hear it.
Can you give it a second? Because I heard you tell the story on Favreau's show,
Right.
of Ice Cube doing Ice Cube on
Directing?
set. Yeah, Ice Cube directing.
Action. No, they don't say action. He was like, okay, let's go. Y'all ready? Ice Cube directed the movie. Y'all bring me something back from the action. That's Ice Cube directed the movie. What time is lunch? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Doesn't he do something about the camera? Like, all right, we're gonna put the camera here.
Oh no, that's hilarious. Oh look, him and what was Spike Lee's guy? I think his name was Matty.
Matty, the AD.
No, the DP.
Eric Dickerson.
No, it was a younger kid.
Last week, messed around and got a triple.
Anyway, he's like, man, I want to know that Spike Lee shit on this movie, man. Put the camera right here.
Sounds like E40 now.
So Chris tanked how? He just wasn't good.
He went in and just didn't give a fuck. He was like, man. So he came back to the apartment, and he was like, man, because Ice Cube's rap career wasn't really, popping then.
Right.
So he's like, man, nobody wants to see Ice Cube. I was like, nah, nigga, shit, this is a check. We better, it's basically a check for us.
Right. But not even that. How big a check?
No, back.
But I'm not saying how big did it feel.
My check was $2,500.
Right.
Yeah.
To be in Friday.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Chris's was $9,000.
Right.
Yeah, $9,000.
I think well worth it.
Yeah.
I think they got their money's worth.
Do you get residuals on that?
The residuals
must have been
the residuals were bigger.
You must have made $100,000 off residuals.
How does that work?
No, the residuals off that shit because the residuals are
Is
based
it
on
part
how
of the-
much you get.
Does everyone get?
Yeah.
Or do you have to have points in it or something?
Everybody gets residuals, but it is based on how much your initial salary was. Like
And
if
it
you're under
de-escalates.
5, over 5.
There you go.
And then
they had a thing back then called favorite nations, which is like some bullshit. They're like, all you niggers are getting paid the same.
Favorite nations?
Favored nations. It's
They
called.
still do that.
It sounds
Yeah,
kind of racist.
but it means is all you niggas get the same.
No, but I've been one of those.
No, and it's all you niggas get. Yeah, but you don't have to be black
to be
but what they mean.
Are you saying all blacks niggas?
Wait,
I'm out of here.
How did this?
Just give me some Skittles, I guess, huh?
Faizon, come back.
No, Faith.
I just got beat up real bad.
That was you walking down the steps.
He's got a motorcycle waiting in the living room. Hey, put the camera right here.
So, all right. So then he goes back. Chris goes back.
We go over
You
it.
talked him down. Like, you need this $9,000.
Well, we didn't know how much it was back then.
Right.
You're just doing a movie with Ice Cube.
Right.
You don't know how, till the agents call you. It's like, oh, yes, it's a favorite nation. And at that point, you're not going to say no.
Right.
Because, you're paying your little $700 rent off Sunset. You know what I'm saying? You want to, when we had more than $150 in our pocket, we would go to Red Lobster there used to be a Red Lobster in Beverly Hills, right?
I did not think you were going to say Red Lobster.
That would be our shit. We go to Red Lobster, get the cheese biscuits, me and Chris, and then on La Cienega. On La Cienega in Wilshire. Used to be
Yeah, I remember that.
There used to be a Red Lobster right there, so we go there like, hey, listen, so
That's what Chris Rock said when he first made money. He put shrimp in everything. Be like, you know what? Fuck it, shrimp. Omelet. Put some shrimp on it.
Endless shrimp.
Cocktail with extra shrimp. Like that was
Endless
his fucking like. Let me let you all know that I have money.
I'm balling.
So he goes back and gets it basically.
He goes, yeah, we tweak all that that shit with him going like that, we made up that shit high.
The tweaking shit.
All that shit. We made it all. We made all.
Get up off Twitter.
Okay, and then shooting the movie. How many days?
Shit, I shot 2 days.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Movies where like you're known for some shit that you did for 2 days.
No, here's the funny thing. I'm in the movie for like 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Right.
Is that right? That's crazy.
Yeah. And then you do all this other shit, and people are like, but no.
Yeah.
But that.
I was like, the rollers? When we first saw the movie, because they flew Chris and I to some school in D.C. I think it was Howard.
Yeah.
They flew us to Howard to screen it. And we like.
And you had did you hear good shit about it?
We saw it. And we was like, oh shit, this is fucked up.
You thought it was bad?
This shit is bullshit.
What did you think was bullshit about it?
We just didn't, because people, they had bootlegged it already, and people's like, nigga, you the nigga with the oh nigga. So we like, it's already out.
They had bootlegged it while you guys were shooting it, right? They were shooting scene. They were bootlegging.
No, they bootlegged the movie. The movie was in the streets, like it was already out.
Yeah.
People are getting different angles and just shoot.
It was Ice Cube. I'm gonna try these camera angles
from his own camera phone, bootlegging his own movie.
So we go there. And we're trying to, not sneak the fuck out of this place, because Chris like, let's sneak out.
But you just thought it was whack. Why do you? What about it did you think was whack?
It just was like we didn't get it.
Like you saw? Had you never seen it with the crowd, or you saw it with the crowd?
We saw it with the crowd, and they were going crazy. When they were going crazy, we were leaving. The movie was like off, and they were going crazy. And we're like, damn, they're booing that motherfucker, because it's like a tunnel, and they were like, oh, they booing this motherfucker. Let's go.
They were just laughing.
So
they were clapping.
Is it for white people or black people?
It's Howard.
Howard's black. Howard's all black.
Okay, sorry, I've never been to
Where
Howard.
you from, man?
It's from Chicago.
You just had black people just magically show up.
Wait, so what?
Coffee.
But Friday's
I'm here to help.
I heard some white men were gathered.
Do you still not like? Do you still not like Friday?
No, I get it. I mean,
you get it.
I see. I don't see the appeal of it.
Really?
I don't. It's
a funny movie. Do you like?
It's, you know what? I actually like, because I didn't think I would like it.
Right.
And then I saw it, and I was first of all, I was impressed with. It was well shot. I thought Gary shot it well.
Well, that's what Gary.
Because he was a video director at that point. And he had done like a bunch of TLC videos and a bunch of
Not
shit.
even that. He just did Ice Cube video at the time, and maybe.
Okay.
And
he did Good Day?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what. And then they hooked up, and then and Gary, me and Chris gave Gary the blues, because we kept calling him Ralph Transvest. We kept, man, Robbie, Mommy, Ricky. And he was mad. He fired us like 2 times. You're fired. And Chris, and the Cube would be like, "No, you ain't fired, man. He tried to fire me too." Because they can't fire you. But yeah, we gave him the blues, but we all, he did.
And then but I thought it was well shot. I thought
he was well
my only
prepared.
criticism of Friday is the tone of it changes in the last 10 minutes, where it goes from like a sort of silly movie to like a gangster movie.
That's what I'm saying. It was. I don't know.
But we're in the minority. Everyone loves Friday. I like it.
I was like, okay, it's like Nirvana, I guess. It just happens.
Yeah, like you just go you can either get with this or not.
Yeah, because Chris thought was like, man, we done fucked our careers. I remember him saying that. I was like, we riding in a Jetta with the broken window in the Alpine. We done fucked our careers up, man. I was like, we don't have a career, motherfucker.
When did you realize it was going to be a hit?
When my mom was calling me.
When your mom was like, "Hello, is this Big Worm? Big Worm, it's your mom."
Put Big Worm on.
I have a joke like that. It's like, I was like, people think my name is Big Worm. They were like, "Oh my God, Big Worm! What's up, Big Worm? Nigga, my nigga, Big Worm! Oh my nigga, Big Worm!" I'm like, "Mom, please keep calling me that. Would you please stop it?" Oh, nigga. My mom sounds like Chris Tucker. I'm gonna tell you when I really it always hit me, but it's always been like a thing. Like, yeah, okay, yeah. I was in South Africa shooting a movie. We're on this in the bush. Literally, we're in the bush, and there's nothing around for miles. It's hot as a motherfucker. this giraffe literally walks by. I'm sitting in the village.
Did a giraffe recognize you? Go ahead, keep going.
The fucking giraffe walks by. I'm like, whose giraffe is this? And they're like, he lives here. I was like, he lives here? What the fuck? And then he walks by, and then this Bush dude is walking towards us. Like, you see his motherfucker walking for miles with like some raggedy ass slacks and this ratty ass shirt, and like some flip flops or whatever, and like a stick with some shit on it. And I'm like, damn, this motherfucker just.
Did he put his hand on your back and black grease appeared? Go ahead.
That is my ancestor's bicycle.
I am baby. This motherfucker's walking, and he finally gets to camp, and I'm like, man, get that guy some water or something. And I said,
what movie was this?
Mr. Bones.
Some lotion.
I don't think I remember it.
It's an international film.
Is that what you say when no one's seen the movie? Well, that's because it's.
If you look online, you'll find it's one of the biggest films.
Biggest internet.
It beat Titanic in South Africa. Anyway, didn't want to drop that knowledge.
Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones. So the guy's walking.
Is it coming out?
And I finally let him get. I was like, let him come and see the cameras and shit. So the guy comes over and I'm like,
Soul Stealer.
And then he looks at me and goes, big worm. I said, no, this motherfucker ain't got clean feet.
He just came out of the Serengeti.
He's smoking 102. I'm like, how the fuck does this motherfucker know?
Yeah.
It's like, how the fuck do these motherfuckers know?
Because American culture goes everywhere.
Yes. But this motherfucker was literally what they call a bush baby.
That's crazy.
That shit.
Not even black people. It's not just some white race.
No, it's a bush baby. They call them bush babies. It's like that's South African statistically.
Okay, so that worked, and then when did Tucker realize like, oh, this is around the same
immediately.
time?
I remember he calls me and he just come over the house, come over the house. So I drive over there, and he shows me a CD with both of us on it because the initial print just had him and Ice Cube on the porch. He's like, oh, that's stupid, man. So he said, come over here. So they did a reissue of a soundtrack because back then they did movies to sell soundtracks.
Mm-hmm. You also have the greatest observation ever about black movies. Would you like to tell the people between a black movie and a white movie? Black movie is they work on script for 3 days and the soundtrack for 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what it was. We was like, oh, fuck that. Fuck the script, man. Get to the.
Yeah, I got Joe to see on the line.
Because that's what they were doing is basically selling music.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So
there were so many needle drops. How you doing? Come walk with me. Like,
yeah. All right. So Chris was like, look at this DVD, and
he's like, look at the DVD. And it was him and I on it. It was the picture, Smokey Nino. We're talking Big Worm. It was an old school version. He's like, look at this. He was like, he was good.
And did he? What? And then from that point on, he was hot as a pistol. He was.
Yeah. It was. He didn't change until. He didn't like. He was. We would still do the same shit. Go to Atlanta, fuck whores, and then.
Tell us your best story about fucking a whore in Atlanta.
Well, your mother said
my mom's dead.
What?
He's out. Look, Faizon. He was like, we don't want to fuck with him.
Come on, man.
He's from Oakland.
Didn't you learn a lesson? This fool from Oakland.
You fucking stupid cunt.
I love these podcasts.
Oh yeah, you like going to fan. So you and Chris both used to fuck whores?
Yeah.
Oh, literally whores or just hoes?
Wait. Back then, that's when the strip club was the shit. When you walk in a strip club.
What was it, Magic City?
Magic City, Nicky's, Blaze. Oh, man, they had a Foxy Lady.
You got any great stories from back then of something gone wrong or something?
Nothing would go wrong. It would all go right.
Did you bring condoms with you?
No. I remember going. We were in this place in Houston called the Onyx, and we were shooting. We're doing some stand up there, and they literally.
Oh yeah, you toured with Chris, right?
Yeah, we did.
So I saw that tour.
We were there, and literally off the plane in a strip club. I literally
big black titties and asses.
I literally changed my clothes in the strip club. Fuck, I didn't even go to the hotel. Like, bring my shit by here. That's when I was drinking. I was a straight cowboy.
Did you go into the woman's locker room, like into their?
No, they had a champagne room, whatever. But they would just give us this room. We'd just be fucking and smoking weed and just having fuck. I mean, I remember leaving my clothes there and with my new clothes on and going to the stage.
That's fantastic.
It was like, okay.
Didn't you guys have dancers on that tour?
Chris probably came out. We probably met some girl or some and was like, hey, y'all want to come out and dance for me?
Is that the girl or Chris Tucker?
That's Chris Tucker.
Okay.
That tour was fun, and I remember the last show we did. It was Tupac was there, Snoop, Richard Pryor came by.
Was that the one on the Pantages?
Yes,
I was at one of those.
Yes,
shows. That's one, and it had dancers and a laser show.
Because
it was fucking crazy. He comes out, crushes. Yeah. I fucking remember jokes from.
Wow, that's deep.
You came out. Faizon came out, and crushes. Then there's an intermission.
Yes.
Tupac.
Yes.
Punch Richard Pryor. I'm kidding. That was the intermission. He came out.
That's like Charlie Murphy beating up the guy in the wheelchair.
Basically. Yeah. And then dancers came out, and then Tucker came out, but Tucker didn't have any time.
You know what's so funny? When we first started doing the tour,
say what you mean by Tucker didn't have time.
Tucker couldn't. You're supposed to do an hour when you headline.
Yeah.
But Chris didn't have an hour.
No, Chris had 15 minutes, and 3 of it was my shit. I'm like, bitch, how you gonna do my shit? Because I had this joke, I had this killer shit about OJ, and this motherfucker, this is what this bitch does one time. We go, the second show was in Cleveland. And Chris goes, I'm not gonna close. You're gonna close. I'm like, I'm not closing, motherfucker.
It's Chris Tucker. That's the show.
Yeah, and I'm just like, so. He goes, you're going to close. So Melly comes out. There's an intermission. Chris comes out and does 10 minutes, and 3 of it's my shit, and then it's
Are you being literally 10 minutes?
Maybe Vince never had time. He never had.
That's not any time.
Maybe at the most 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe at the most 15 minutes. So then I come out and I have to do like 20 and 30. And then, everything's cool, but then everybody's like, what the fuck was that? But they didn't care back then, really. They just was like, they were seeing a show.
They were excited. They were also excited to see
Chris. What the fuck? So it was like, okay. So, it kind of worked out. But then then I was like, you know what, fuck this. I was on the TV show, Parenthood.
Right.
So I was like, I can't do it. So he hired Bruce. Like, maybe they think Bruce is Faizon.
That's hilarious.
Really.
What happened to the era of the big black movie? You know what I mean? Now?
Give us some examples.
Well, like,
I'm Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society.
Niggas in general
Jews
in Hollywood are gone. There's no black nothing.
Now it's Tyler Perry, but that's not exciting to everybody.
Well, I like what Tyler Perry's doing because he's taking
If you want to get racist about it,
he's taking his brand and doing something.
Yeah,
with
but he's making family films. So what happened to the
That's okay. This should be all over. Just because my face is dark shouldn't mean I do nigga films. So I should be able to do a space film.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying that you should be doing those nigga films. No, I'm just kidding.
We'd be more comfortable if you only did
quite frankly, no.
Faizon,
Say it again.
We'd be more comfortable if you only did the nigga films.
Yeah.
So what happened to those movies? I mean, because it was
Hollywood just told all the black people, like, okay, we're finished.
You think?
Let's call Justin Timberlake.
They kind of were. All right, so it was Boys in the Hood. John Singleton
Menace,
was doing great.
You understand there was a plethora, like just right now, this film coming out with Kevin Hart, and there's like a plethora of niggas on there, but it's like
it's called Plethora of Niggas, right?
Yeah, it's like it's a plethora of niggas.
It's called How to Be a Man or Be a Man.
Think like a man.
Think like a man.
And it's like a throwback to the movies back then.
Right.
It's like, matter of fact, Gabrielle Union was in all those movies.
It's a throwback to the Bill Bell. What's the Bill Bellamy movie?
It's How to Be a Player. But a lot of the thing about those movies, a lot of them bombed.
No, they didn't. Well, here's the problem.
They didn't. They none of them. Only a few crushed.
Well, see,
crushed?
Here's
Friday crushed.
Right.
Boys in the Hood crushed.
Right. Well, here's the thing.
That's about the list of one.
No. Here's the thing. That's wrong. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the black films don't cost anything to make.
Right. Well, because they favor nations.
Right. So they do them for $2 or $3 million.
Right.
And then they make $20 million at the thing, and then back then they had the ancillary market, the DVD.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's a big
Menace to Society,
and Menace did pretty well.
And you had the soundtrack.
Right.
So a lot of times the companies would sell soundtracks.
Juice, House Party.
Juice did okay.
Those are the House Party movies.
House Party did great.
Good.
Friday.
House Party was a classic example of.
House Party was great.
Of small budget. Never saw the original House Party. Small budget and then just huge upside because no one was making. No one believed that. But having said that, Hollywood doesn't make any small budget movies hardly anymore.
Well,
they only make franchises. They only make sequels. They make monsters, metal shit.
And then old school, there was Colors and Deep Cover.
Deep Colors didn't do very well. Deep Cover didn't do very well.
Deep Cover was so good. And so is Colors. Both of those movies are amazing. Colors and Deep Cover.
Colors was a studio film.
Yeah.
That's what. That was
a bigger film, and that was
Sean Penn.
Because
you know why it was a big starred white people.
Fuck you. Fuck toes.
No, but have you seen Deep? Oh God,
boy, is it good to be white.
Wait, have you seen Deep Cover?
Deep Cover was
Lawrence Fishburne,
That's
Jeff
what we
Goldblum.
did. But you understand, if you look at the numbers for those movies, they did what because they weren't promoted like Titanic. They was like, oh yeah, and by the way,
if you guys don't got shit to do Friday,
exactly, they weren't. So for the investment that they put in, it hasn't been a black film to lose money. It's
Yeah, I mean, but some of them do. The Overnight Delivery was the last one.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Well, that was a studio film.
And that starred a white dude, the Leprechaun.
No, but the movies that Mike and Mike Epps and Ice Cube were making started sort of sputtering.
Well, now because they got a budget and no one's writing it. They just doing some nigga shit. I mean, just sit down and write it. They're not going. Hey, let's just doing a story. They're not. Let's do a story. I get the silly 21 Jump Street shit. I get it. Yeah, you can do that. But there's room for everything, But they tend to go. That's what's so good about Tyler Perry. He's like, hey, I'm gonna wear this dress and do my shit, and then he's like the biggest fucking thing ever.
Right. But don't you think his stories are kind of lacking?
That's all he knows.
I get it, but that's all Cube and fucking Mike Epps know.
But
wait, what's the secret behind Tyler Perry?
But he actually has a look. This thing about it, right? Tyler Perry has a fucking plan for his shit. Cube is going, hey, can I have some money to shoot this bullshit movie? Tyler Perry's like, hey,
I have my own money to shoot this bullshit movie.
Exactly.
But seriously, what itch is Tyler Perry scratching that people? What is he doing?
He's showing
black women that go to church.
Yeah,
it's basically the appeal.
That's some of it, and then it's just you got to understand. There's a wide coverage of black people that are not. The stories are not being told.
Right.
Just period. Just like whenever, it's either, like this movie, The Fucking Help. What the fucking help? Are you serious?
Right.
We got to go back to these niggas serving shit? Like,
right.
we don't know that story.
Right.
Like, and I hear there's another one called The Butler coming out. No, really.
True?
Really?
It's
with Jane Fonda. Nigga, get me some coffee, please.
It stars Jeffrey from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Probably.
It's called The Butler.
It's called The Butler. And I'm like, what the fuck are...
That's crazy.
So they keep doing that same bullshit. But it's kind of good because we're kind of back in the day of the exploitation, just like this right here.
Well, I'm waiting for
this. Just like this podcast to me.
Yeah.
No, but this is the way shit.
Yeah.
That's no black people have podcasts.
Yes.
Aisha Tyler.
Yes.
And
that's not.
And exactly. And she's culturally basically white. So what I'm saying is I'm waiting for. I mean, Spike Lee always said
fuck Spike Lee. He's a punk bitch.
Yeah, if he's had a black dick in his mouth,
he's Spike Lee. I don't like Spike Lee because this bitch keeps dissing Tyler Perry.
Right.
Why the fuck are you dissing this man? I don't get that. I do not get that.
Well, he would say that the movies have no merit.
What the fuck? Spike Lee does Malcolm X and puts his own bitch ass. How do you? That's like doing Schindler's List and like, hey, just for fun, we're gonna put Shecky Green in there. Are you serious? I didn't expect people to go give you an Oscar. Suck my. Then this nigga is selling the X like it's fucking cookies. Remember the X jackets?
Yes.
Like he marketed that like they were cookies, like they were pink. X. Like, fuck Spike Lee and his mama too.
He wants you to do a movie.
No, fuck him.
Really? He's on the phone.
I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. Like, hey, I'm not that guy.
You're not. You won't sell out your own opinion to work with somebody.
Listen, people call me. You know that people call me that really want to work, and I work with who I want to work with. And Spike Lee's like, I don't see anything that he's done besides do the right thing. All the rest is, he's mad because another nigga's really doing business.
Right.
And that's what it really is.
I think he's mad that his movies are that Tyler Perry's movies are so successful.
Well, and just not his movies, just the brain of it was like, hey, well, I'm gonna do my own shit, have my own studio. Tyler Perry's been around for what, 5-6 years?
Yeah.
Spike Lee's been here since the 80s.
You know what? Did you guys hear what Spike Lee did? He tweeted.
Yeah, that was fucking whack. I heard about that. Like that. Did you hear what he did?
What, Zimmerman?
Yeah, he put his home address. He tweeted his home address.
Well, that's probably but it was the wrong one.
Was it really?
It was the wrong one. It was two old people.
That sucks.
It was the wrong one. If it was the right one, I was like, this motherfucker has got back. But it was the wrong one.
He was
fuck Zimmerman.
No, I'm not saying not fuck Zimmerman. I'm just saying that's some crazy bullshit.
No, I thought that was kind of like a fucked up move.
It was fucked up because it was wrong.
I think it's fucked up because it was wrong, and I think it was fucked up even if it was right, because basically he's going like, even though Zimmerman wrongly killed, he was a vigilante. Now let's us be the vigilantes and go fuck Zimmerman up.
Well,
I mean, I guess right. Well, the point. I
don't see anything wrong with
that. It's in the point that.
So you guys are against vigilantes.
I didn't say. I don't see. He wasn't a vigilante. He was being a bully. That was bullying. He saw this kid.
I agree.
He saw this kid.
Yeah, because there was
he had a gun.
Right.
And he's like, I'm going to fuck with this nigga.
Yeah, okay. But you guys would like to be the bully. You're saying Spike wanted to be the bully.
Yeah, I'm just saying, let's put Zimmerman in South Central.
Right. Oh, he's going to get popped. Well, wait. Or he's not going to get popped, but.
Yeah, he's going to get popped.
He's going to get popped now, but before the shooting,
you can't walk around and threaten somebody with a gun if they got another gun.
Right.
So let me play devil's advocate here. Yeah. I mean, George Zimmerman is still free, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe that's the point. It's not.
Don't bully.
Vigilante justice is that there's no justice. That's a big
right. But Spike was saying he wasn't saying like, "Hey, police, I've got the address."
Fuck the police.
He wasn't. Spike wasn't putting the address on there so that people would go arrest him.
What do you think he was doing?
I think he was going there so people could go fuck him up.
I like that. I like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, there is something appealing about it.
I like it. I think if you're I consider you a friend, and I consider somebody fuck with you unjustly, and nothing happened to him. I want to get the motherfucker who
these
did
guys
that.
fuck with me every week, and they.
I will Twitter their fucking addresses, and somebody will come. I would have Aisha Taylor come here and take her dick out. And put it.
Okay, so when did you start fucking with Favreau?
We were doing digressing.
Yeah.
Let's get on to some happier days.
Oh yeah, enough with this black stuff. Now,
we were doing Replacements.
Oh right, okay.
And we were doing that film, and he just hated the movie, and I would just fuck with him for not having fun. I was like, "Hey, this is the greatest thing ever," because, like I said, I'm coming from the dark side, whatever, the black side, and then here's a production with Keanu Reeves, and
the trailers and fucking food and
really
and facilities like you're shooting.
They're like, this movie will be here at 8:00, and 8:00 everything starts. Like like niggas will be showing up late. Y'all really meant 8:00. So it was just a really good time. And
what movie was it?
Replacements.
Called The Replacements. Keanu Reeves.
It was the movie he did right after Matrix. So Matrix was in the theaters, and and I'm like, kicking it with Keanu. And
what's Keanu Reeves like?
He's awesome, man.
Good dude.
Just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Just fucking awesome, dude.
Is he a goof? Is he a dopey dude?
No, he's just a cool, quiet dude. Loves his motorcycles, and he still appreciates shit like he's a brand new actor. Like he doesn't know he's Keanu Reeves. He's not like these fucking dickwads on these reality shows. Get a reality show, they're like, "Excuse me, I have a table in the back, please."
Yeah.
He's like, the dude. I remember one time I saw him. And he had this suit jacket on and some jeans with tape around his shoe. And I was like, what this guy, it's just in the paper he's got $90 million.
Yeah. He made a lot of money on The Matrix.
I mean, just like he literally had some boots on with tape around it. And I was like, what? He was like, I had a hole in it, and I was riding my motorcycle.
Want to explain yourself?
And I was like, but I just thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
That,
I've never heard anything bad about that guy.
Awesome dude, man.
Yeah.
Awesome dude.
All right, so you were busting Favreau's balls about...
Because Favs was doing, he was lost his weight, and he was doing all his, he was doing these films, and he just got to play in, it's not Rocky Marciano, but I think it was Rocky Marciano. And, then he had to be bust down to the nigga level. Like, he didn't get the special hotel. He got her. Because that's the one thing Howard Deutsch wanted us to feel like a team, like, Bad News Bears.
Right.
And it worked for us because we were like, per diem.
Yeah. Per diem is, they get, when you're on set out of L.A., they give you, it's $120 a day?
Yeah, back then it was like $200.
Well, there's probably more. Yeah, but you get that kind of cash.
Yeah, you get it.
Just
we talked
petty
about
cash.
petty cash to cover your living expense. It's like we talked about when Blake Griffin was here. The NBA guys get that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is like what?
Yeah,
they get $130 a day. You and him stayed friends, and then he.
Well, what it was he started. He was so upset. He was like, "Man, this sucks." I'm like, "No, this is cool. This is cool."
Because he wanted to be an actor. He was an actor, writer.
Yeah, yes,
and
he
then
was acting. He was acting.
And then what's it called? Popped from Vince popped from Swingers.
And then he did his. He was doing his thing. So when he did Replacements, I guess they sold him, "Hey, you're going to be the team leader." Blah 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 blah. But he was just grouped together with everybody.
Right.
Orlando Jones, Faizon Love, so it wasn't seem like he was singled out, and it was just like bits and pieces. So he was kind of let down, but I was like, no, this is fucking brilliant. You kidding me? He's like, you don't understand. I'm like, I do understand, bitch. Let's have fun. Let's go drink, because that was me. I was the life of the party.
Right.
Because, everywhere I go, it's that big word. So everywhere we go, it's like a fucking parade.
Yeah.
So
big water.
I remember the first night I was there, and we're there, and everybody's like, okay, you land, and everybody's like, oh, yo, this is awesome. The hotel was cool. Everybody went to go out. So we go out. I get fucking drunk, of course. Surprise. I don't drink anymore, though.
Let's talk about that in a second.
So I get drunk, and I got to pee. In the bathroom upstairs, I was like, I'm not using that bathroom. So I go outside, and I pee. And cop, I was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm taking a piss. I'll be right. So they take me to jail for urinating in public. And we get to the jail, it's like a party. Big worm, no, hell no, man, what the fuck? And that's the captain. What the fuck, bitch? There's this dude with a big ass bandage on his head. He's bleeding. He's like, big worm, man, what you doing? That's like, nigga, fix your head.
There's a dusty dude. It's like, big worm. You're like, what are you doing in an American jail, you African dude?
It's a giraffe in there.
He's got the bandage on, and what they did, they took my picture. That's when they first started doing the digital. They took my picture and they started printing pictures. Like, man, you ain't going to jail. So I just signed autographs.
Hilarious, signing mugshots.
My mugshot was signing autographs, and they're like, man, the captain let you go, man, you cool. So, but then they invited me to like this party back then. We were filming in Maryland, and they have these crabbing parties. So everybody,
literally, is it a sex thing?
No, it's
no, because they wouldn't have invited a black dude to a crabby party.
Crab's like a clam bake or a crab boil or something.
So everybody's like, they all waiting for me to that. It kind of helped us bond. Like, it was like a real team moment,
right?
Because when they let me out, they were like, oh shit, they just let you. And it's like, yeah, no bond or nothing. So they invited us to this party, and that shit was awesome. And that would, I was like, how the fuck do you go put in jail, but then you're buddies with the captain? Captain Earl. I remember he had this big clam bake, and we all went and signed autographs and we're all.
Oh, it was the cops clam bake.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah. It was they do crabs in Maryland.
Yeah.
So they set at a table like this and bust open crabs and just suck on them. And I was like, why are you doing that?
It's a podcast.
You guys not
I call that a podcast.
That's a podcast.
Does that taste better than Red Lobster?
Yeah. That's the big league, right?
Not when you have to dig in. And
Did you? Okay, so and then when you did Made with those guys.
Well, Fabs hated being there, so he wrote Made right there.
Oh yeah,
Made was supposed to be for Vinny, John, me, and Chris.
Oh.
So Chris didn't know who they were. Like, I don't know them niggas. I don't know what they made. I was like, I don't give a fuck. We can do this movie. So he didn't want to do it. So we at the time, Bernie Brillstein was managing Fabs.
Right.
So, and he was also managing Puffy.
Right.
So he's like, man, Puffy really wants to do it. He said,
Puffy's producing that Black Butler film, right?
Yeah. Help the butlers.
I hear you, bro.
So Puffy did it, and he worked really hard, and we had a blast doing that shit when we were in New York.
And Woody and Vince and John are fun to work with.
Oh man, they're like this family. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I don't think I really have a career, because I don't think Hollywood takes. They're like, who's this nigga? Oh yeah, Faizon.
Right.
If I was like some, chiseled motherfucker, then they would take it serious. But it's like, fuck you.
Well, they'd always end up being that way anyway. Like most showbiz careers are just basically like, who are you friends with?
Yeah.
You're just gonna end up working with those people a bunch. Unless you're Will Smith, and then or Will Smith or Denzel or fucking a big Tom Hanks, you just
It's a real nigga.
just go from this person to that. You can just pick directors, but mostly it's like, are you with Judd? All right, then you're going to be with Judd for 10, 15 years.
Right.
Are you with those guys? Then you're going to be with those guys, because they'll be like.
Well, that starts to affect Judd's movies, I feel like, because they seem like they have the same cast again and again.
Yes and no.
Look at Scorsese's film.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
It's like,
Judd's movies have not waned.
Yeah.
And then he'll also bring new people in. But like Bridesmaids, Judd produced, and it's fucking dynamite.
that shit was fucking incredible.
Yeah, that shit's like a fucking masterpiece, Bridesmaids.
That shit is a fucking masterpiece.
Where you're just like,
it's not
God
as good as the
damn.
Justin Timberlake version.
No. That's my only regret is that they didn't have a part.
That shit is fucking. It reminds you of a movie from the 80s.
Yeah.
Where you felt good when you left the theater.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I did too.
Tell us how you stopped drinking. What happened?
I just was I was just doing I was just doing too much. I was like, what the fuck? I was going through a divorce, and I was like, it was an all-star weekend.
Every story.
That's every black bottom.
Every black bottom
Every
story.
black bottom. It was all-star. There I was. All-star week.
It's all-star weekend. It was a dark and stormy night.
I wake up by the pool
with 5 naked basketball players surrounding me.
With Shaquille O'Neal.
Dick swinging in my face.
Excuse me, what's this thing in my... Oh, is that in your way? I wake up and we're by the pool, and I'm like... I wake up by the pool when we start over. So I wake up by the pool at my buddy's house, and I'm hungover. I'm like, and I look at the broad. I'm like, oh, she's. Then I look at the other broad. I'm like, wow.
You poor man.
The other broad.
You poor man.
You double up?
Her name was Steve.
Bang.
You're like, I gotta quit this.
I was like, this is some bullshit. And I was like, okay, I gotta get serious.
Would you black out, basically?
No, I didn't. I was just.
That's racist, Neal.
And then people would tell me, like, there was an incident at the Standard. This guy was talking shit to me, and it was funny. And now,
oh, Dove was there, wasn't he?
Yes, he sure.
That's fucking hilarious.
Was.
Dove Davidoff was there, yeah.
And I was drunk. I just got off a private plane. We was drinking, and I instead of just going home and just getting ready for the next day, I went to the Comedy Store.
Right.
And my buddy Dennis and Dub, and they was like, let's go to the Standard. Let's go to the Standard. And I was getting my stand up together, so I was like, nah, I'm going home. Nah, let's go to the. And so we go to the Standard, and the lady said something fucked up the Dove. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. And then this dude goes, man, you would watch your fat ass or something. I was like, motherfucker, you trust me. You are. He said something.
Before you say anything, prepare to shut the fuck up.
Then the other guy comes, his buddy comes in, like they're gonna do something. Like, oh, you guys gonna jump me? I said, well, both you motherfuckers out. Then the girls start popping off. You fat nigga, this.
You shot the lady?
No. I hit the guy. That was like when she said that. I was like, okay, I've got to go. I've got a green light.
Yeah,
I've got a green light, nigga. The word nigger has been let loose now.
Oh, that's funny. So the lady says nigger, and you punch the dude.
That's your cue.
That was my cue.
Funny.
Let's go.
You're like, this applies on your behalf.
When the lady says nigger, start swinging.
Right. And Dub's like, are we still going in? So I got in the car and left.
You popped the dude.
Yeah.
You knocked him out?
Or
knocked him down?
I hit two. I think I hit two guys. That's a blur.
Did you knock him the fuck out?
I think I did. I know I popped him and he fell down and got up. I think I slapped him. I don't even think I hit him with my clothes. I think I slapped both of them.
He pressed charges though, right?
Yeah, I just got probation for that, and I had to do anger management, which was the best thing ever.
Oh, really? You liked it?
I did.
I like shit like that too.
It helped me because I was like, wow, like
what was it?
Anger management.
Anger management. Oh. So it's like, because the probation
the
is right
anger
here.
Management.
When you do, you get caught in LA, in Beverly Hills, your probation is Santa Monica.
Right.
So, you had to go to these classes and shit, and I was like, wow. It opened. It was like you're mad about something, but it's not this girl that called you a nigga. You just use that.
Right.
And I was like, wow. And then the alcohol. Once you have alcohol in your system, you can't judge.
Right.
Your
You just know you're mad.
all fucked off. He's like, what did he say? He said, what did you say about my shoe? And it's anything.
Right.
And then you're angry about some. I was married, and I didn't like being married. So and you can't go home and complain about your marriage.
Right.
So you kind of walk around like,
I've got a big problem.
What do you find that you're mad about most of the time?
I was?
Now, well, yeah, but now that you're
now
not.
I don't get. I'm just cool with it. I don't get like, if I cut, like, okay, I tell you an instance. Like I was in San Diego last week, and I parked. I was going to use the ATM, and there's a federal building I didn't know, and I parked in the red and jumped out the car and used the ATM. So I'm at the ATM. And I'm walking back to the car, and this guy's 445. We have car sitting here, car sitting by the thing. And I'm like,
Officer Bill Cosby.
The people, the car, the people, get the car from the people. So I'm walking toward the car. I'm like, I'm about to move. He says, no, you're not about to move it. I'm like, calm down, buddy. He's like, where's your registration and your license? I'm like, it's right here. Calm down. And then he goes, well, I think we're right. I was like, hold on, man. Just calm down. You don't have to be Inspector NGI Private Eye, motherfucker. Calm down. He's like, this is a federal building, and you're parking. This could be a bomb. I was like, dude, there's cars all around here. There can be bombs all around. I was like, just calm the fuck down. So I feel myself escalating about to cut this motherfucker. I was like, look, motherfucker.
At a cop.
Yeah, I'm like, look, motherfucker. This is not serious. I understand you're doing your job, but look. He goes, well, I'm going to write you tickets. I said, write me a motherfucking ticket. So then I'm thinking about, I'm like, why am I getting mad at this guy? I mean, just if I would approach it a little bit more differently, and just, because, as a comedian, we can de-arm people with just going, come on, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then you know what? I see.
Especially if you were in Friday.
Exactly. So I know who you are. So, people are coming around and they're taking pictures like, hey, man, this is Faizon. The guy goes, I don't know who he is. And he's like, no, it's okay, man. I know you're just doing your job. I'm sorry, So I apologize for me. And he just let me go. And it's like, no, I'm not going to give you a ticket. But it's the way you handle stuff. And when you're inebriated, you don't have that buffer. You don't have
Did you go to AA meetings at all?
I didn't do it. I just stopped.
Yeah.
I don't even like alcohol. It's nothing to do when you're in a club but drink.
Did you like alcohol though?
That alcohol.
How long since you drank?
That is my first love.
How long since you drank?
I had a glass of wine last week. Like I have wine.
So you once in a while will sip.
I have wine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a alcoholic where I gotta have a drink. Right. I got I had wine because Snoop was doing this fucking thing. And he's like, man, you gotta try the dizzle. And I'm like,
can you say, are you capable of speaking without the dizzles? No, I'm nizzle not.
It was a Faizon, So we,
What was he doing? A video?
he does like a TV
Doing a wine
show.
tasting?
Like this type of thing right here.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen that show.
Yeah, so we did
bananas.
that. Yeah, we did that and so we had some wine. I was like, okay, it's
Snoop Dogg's wine tasting
and it's a blood
hour.
thinner as well.
And Bishop Don was there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, is that oldder pimp from the movie?
Yeah.
It's your daddy.
Is it? My dad's dead.
It's your daddy. His dad actually is dead.
That's
now
true.
that's true.
Sorry.
Now that's true.
Now that one is true. That's a real death.
And now you're gonna get fucked up, but everything else is
What if he
fine.
just starts kicking shit?
Who's the funniest person you ever met?
Oh man,
Besides
really?
me.
I would say Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did what? Did you work with him?
No, he won't work with me. I think I'm not that good, but he's
You're not good enough.
but he I feel he really loves Faizon.
You feel he really loves.
You're not good
Faizon?
enough for
like-
0%.
Yeah. Well, that's the only film he got. Come on, man.
Right. He's had.
He's got a
But that
few
is
others.
impressive to me.
This is
Zero.
pretty impressive.
He's so I go to the house and he's Faizon.
All right. So
Faizon Love, what's next for you in your life and your career? Yes, yes, Neal, in your face, bitch.
he loves a D's nuts joke. Not a fan.
Nothing wrong with a D's nuts.
You don't
joke.
remember?
No, I remember it.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it then.
Remember we was doing the center?
Huh?
The center of these.
Yeah, I love it.
I didn't participate. I did not participate.
Yes, you did.
I just went, huh?
I know.
I kept the safety on.
He was like,
Huh? Anything you want to say to the people?
To the youth.
No, man. I think we said it all, man. This is awesome.
I'll tell you why I
I think I'm gonna do. Should I do a podcast?
Yep.
Sure.
Yes, you should.
I'm gonna do a podcast. But,
Yep. You got to be regular about it, though. That's the pain in the ass. You got to do them every week.
Right.
And some people do them twice a week, and you got to book guests, which is a pain in the ass.
I think I have a great. You gave me a great idea. I'm not gonna say it right now.
Don't, because we'll steal it.
Yeah, because this is gonna be, and you're gonna, yeah,
I'll be a huge fan.
yeah. So.
All right. So Faizon Love, one of the greats.
Yeah.
What? No, not even. I just got started.
What a fun hour, man. Thanks for coming.
This
on
was
the show.
fun. I love this whole vibe here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for
anything
coming,
to
brother.
eat?
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an hour with Faizon Love. It's been a lovely hour.
been the
Good to
hour
talk
of
to
power.
you. This has been the Champs, ladies and gentlemen. You've been fucking with us.
Has
And
this
now-
been the best podcast you ever did?
the best one?
No, but it's good.
What was the best one with Aisha?
Questlove was good. Blake Griffin was good.
Take us home, Douggpound.
Depressed that I'm not the best one. Let's do my podcast over.
So when the one of the people them started shouting, when we say east, west, north and south it, me send the fire when my baby can't hold it. No, what they gonna do about it? So when the one of the people them started shouting, when we say east, west, north and south it, me send the fire when my baby can't because I'm real hot. I'm burning, I'm blazing, I'm blazing outside.